It's about 8:30. Started sleeping today a bit. Just boiling some water to cook some breakfast and have coffee. Slept very, very comfy. Woke up in the middle of the night. The tarp had closed in a bit on me, so I got up to fix that up. It turned out it was because a whole heap of snow had landed on it. But fixed that up. But yeah, breakfast time. No coffee yet, so. Thought I'd give a quick video update as I start walk for today, day 2. Just left camp at 10 o'clock. Not 100% sure what time it is now, not wearing a watch, but it'll probably be about 1:15. Camped down there, Waterfall Valley Hut area. Let's have a look at how much snow fell overnight on these ridges. It's a little bit of light drizzle today. Over there is Barn Bluff, which is, looked at my map, find out what I was looking at all yesterday. And we head onward in that direction. Yeah, a bit of light drizzle, bit of cloud, but it looks like it will hopefully be clearing up. 3 hours to the hut, but also want to go to a Lake Will, and there's some waterfalls there too, so I will keep on trekking. Just had a late lunch at Lake Will. Then, well, before I had lunch, I went along that trail there. Is Innes Falls. The track was a bit boggy. The sun's come out really nice and it's drying me off really quick, but my boots aren't waterproof. They held out most of it, but it was just too much for them, and some ducked up the side of my gaiters, which wasn't pleasant. Bit of a look around before I get underway. Should only take me an hour or two to get to Windermere Hut. And yes, this is Lake Will. End of day 2. Got a nice little setup here. Currently in porch mode. Hanging off the tea trees, which one of them was bending a bit, so I used a trick Shug did in his latest video. I'll show you that a bit closer in the morning, hopefully. Boiling up a whopping 160 millilitres of water right now for tea, which is couscous, and only using 10 millilitres of water to do so, so that should be fine. Today was a pretty good day. Got here ages ago, set up, been talking to other people. There's basically 2 big groups that are also doing it on a similar schedule to me. One's that school group I mentioned, and then there's just a whole heap of other people. Yeah, went to some falls today, Innes Falls. Got a bit muddy in the process doing so I changed my pants when I got to camp. Had some sunshine though when I got to camp and dried off a few things. Yeah, there's basically an hour or 2 of cloudiness today, and then it's been a beautiful day the rest of the day, so still reasonably blue skies now. So yeah, just chilling back at camp, cooking some tea, then I'll have a relax. Catch you later. This morning, day 3, about 10 to 7 now. I got up probably, or woke up 5 minutes ago. Got some water on the boil. The old fancy vest rocking on. Woke up to a lovely sunrise. Sun's just crashing through those trees now. So cold last night, but little ice droplets on anything that I left out, slightly not close enough under the hammock. Nothing of great concern though. Bit of dew underneath the tarp as well though. That's a bit icy too. Short of that though, I'm warm, cosy and comfortable. Okay, before I finish packing up this morning, I've got most of my gear put away. Just want to do a quick update on how I supported these tea trees last night. That's also, I've got a continuous loops attached to my deep jungle, Hennessy deep jungle, Dutch beaner, a Dutch whoopee sling, elephant trunk to my 1-inch tree strap with Dutch clip. And then down here I brought along just in case, because I've got some fig trees, but used it in this case in different. These are two 1.5-inch tree straps, just looped together, a carabiner holding it together, coming off the same branch onto that one, over to a thicker, seemingly sturdy one, and it did make a noticeable difference when I sat down in it. So, and hey, I'm still here and it's the next morning, so that's how I did that. Yeah, over and out. I've stopped here, had a look out for some morning tea. Probably ahead of schedule earliest morning tea I've had. It's 9:20 now. Been walking for roughly half an hour. It took me 2 hours to pack up camp today, but that was quite leisurely and also did it quite neatly. Filtered some water as well and had a morning constitutional. Yeah, ahead of schedule though, really, ahead of all the other groups. So, but yeah, there's fantastic views here, so I thought I'd stop, look at some of these. So that's the direction I'm heading, and that's the direction I've been, with Barn Bluff, I do believe, still in the background. But yeah, glorious day, barely a cloud in the sky, only wisps of ones. Probably take this shirt off and just wear my t-shirt and yeah, have a bite and keep on trekking. Have a Forth Valley lookout, using the Samsung NX11 to do this video because it's a bit windy and it's got a wind cutout feature, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Spectacular view from up here. That's the Barn Bluff, still viewable. It's a fair way down there, and the valley, some nice seats if you wanted to stop for lunch. I'm not sure what the time is, but I'm not hungry yet, had a big morning tea, so I'm going to keep on trekking. Okay, it's 10:30, I've just walked back up. It was only a minute walk from that Forth Valley lookout. The views at the start of the lookout are also fantastic. Barnes Bluff still sticking out. Another peak in the direction I'm heading. I can only assume, looking at the map, it's 10:30 now. I started walking at 9:15. The camera will focus for us. The started here at Windermere Hut. Now, there's been a couple of other little rocky lookouts, and I passed a sign saying ages ago saying I was in the pine forest more, but that's the only marked lookout. It's meant to be 5 hours from there to new Pelion Hut down here, so I'm assuming I'm here. but it's been pretty good going so far. A lot of boardwalks such as these ones, which aren't great to use the trekking poles on, but this pack doesn't ride as well as my other pack, so it's a bit of a break to sort of ease the load on some of those shoulders by just holding the straps. That, in case I haven't mentioned, just is my MacPack 65 litre Torres or something like that it's called. It's not the heaviest pack, but it's not the lightest pack. I've got it cinched down like anything, but I couldn't quite fit everything in my 46 litre Osprey exhaust. But yeah, so other groups are behind me. I've seen them a couple of times, but can't see them coming in that direction. So I think I'm well ahead of them, walking a lot quicker. But yeah, I'll keep going. Let's come across this little bit of a river. There's steps down to it. Little cascades down there. And up. Nice little platform and a rock to sit on. I ran out of water. Only carrying a litre at a time. Ran out of water. A little bit up the track. Pretty hot now. It's around 12 o'clock-ish. So I'm going to stop, filter some water. Might or might not have some lunch. I'll decide. And yeah, catch back up later. This is my water filter setup. It's actually the Sawyer inline filter 4 litre gravity setup I brought, just the single bag one. Then I brought the Platypus Big Zip 1.8 litre bladder system. It's a lot. The standard Sawyer bag is really hard to fill up, where this one's quite easy, and it's also smaller for one man. It does the job. One thing I've noticed with it though is if you get air blockages, it filters really slow. You get rid of the air blockages, it filters quite quick. The way I do that is I hold the hose up, so basically so the water, lower it till the water's just blowing out of it, then I clip on the filter, and that works most of the time. So yeah, my solo water filter kit. We've got 400ml on to boil. Decided to have lunch here after all. Out of my 1.8 Big Zip I managed to filter exactly 2 litres, if you can believe the Platypus bottle. Basically cook out of the Platypus bottle. With that other half a litre or so I'll actually carry that. It's a beautiful hot day, so I'm drinking a bit. Today's lunch is Ainsley Harriet Cajun Gumbo Soup, and I have a couple of tortillas here to go with it, dip in it. Just reached the Forth River, so running along there, walking along this nice boardwalk for a change today. Well, there was one earlier, but I've been trekking through a lot of rougher terrain and slosh. Boots have leaked again. But, I think we are nearly at the planned campsite. There's a place back there called Frog Flats, which is a floodplain, but could have camped there. Could have camped just there at the Forth River, but we're heading for the new Pelion hut. Just because that's where I'd planned to stay, not the hut of course. This hut though holds 60 people apparently, and if it does have gas heating, which some of them has, I may use it to try to dry off my boots a bit. On the plus side, the socks that I put on the back of my pack are pretty much dry. The ones I'm wearing are smart wool merino ones, so hopefully they'll dry quite nicely. The ones on the back of my pack are my fancy X socks ones. They took a fair while to dry for being a hiking sock, but Every time I've worn them, I've never had any blisters or anything like that, so I'll probably put them back on tomorrow. Nice little creek here. But yeah, almost at the end of today's walk. I have no idea how far back the other groups are, but I imagine a long way back because they were going a lot slower than me. Because when I did see them and then eventually saw them again, I'd covered a lot more distance than they. I don't think they'll be enjoying it. It's been 5 hours pretty much on the dot, if not a little bit longer for me, going solo and moving quite quick at times. Did slow down through some of the more awkward stuff because I didn't want to do my ankle. Had a fair bit of this stuff today as well, only not dry like this. But yeah, looking forward to taking off these wet boots and putting on my thongs, or as Americans would call them, flip-flops. So I'll check back in with you later.